Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to AJ Preller's Runner Going. This week we've got Dominus, Nominus, Kyle Corbett, and Mudflap Ricketts in the studio. Let's get started with AJ Preller's Runner Going. How's everybody doing? We've got Dom.
Hello.
We've got Kyle.
Hey.
And we've got Mudflap.
Howdy.
Now, Mudflap, am I going to be referring to you by Mudflap, or is there a different name that you'd like me to use?
Mudflap is perfectly fine.
Fantastic. So, somebody, not me, because I'm lazy, can keep a Mudflap counter in the chat of how many times I end up having to say his name. Guarantee you it's more than 10. So on the docket, we've got a couple of things to talk about. But let's talk about those teams that everybody goes, who, when you mention. On the list, we've got the Mariners and the Tigers, just for the lulz.
Who's the Tigers GM?
That's the best meme, and I'm so glad I made that meme.
I had no idea where it started. I just kind of...
You don't know what it started with? I think it might have been Kyle that it started on.
No, it was before I joined. It was long
Really?
before. Yes.
Sorry about that if anybody's listening, because I have a bit of a cold, so I'm kind of going to sniff every once in a while. But I don't edit. But I don't edit this, so you're just going to hear every single noise I make.
We're not going to catch it.
You're not going to catch anything. Well, no.
No.
I mean, I feel like we can make plenty of jokes, but there's a reason the entire Tampa Bay locker room gets sick if Wick gets sick.
I mean, we are close.
Not by choice, I don't believe.
Yeah.
That's also what you get for having a bunch of fish in your locker room. You have grim carp, you have red trapper. Like, come on.
Dude, Grim Carp is...
Grim Carp is like partial cyborg, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
we all just kind of tell him, Grim, do what you want, and he just does it.
Yeah, Grim sets the lineup and picks the batting order because nobody has the guts to tell him that he can't do it.
Yeah. Wit is actually Grim's alt.
Please don't start that. Please.
Oh, did you guys see in Free Talk before we started that apparently Jay is on the case that Mong and Jay Money are all?
What?
Yeah, it was just
Jay
in Free
Money
Talk.
has... Here's the thing.
Music, actually.
Jay Money has been around. He was on the Rays for a while, but then Witt traded him to Houston, and he and Witt had
He
known
traded to
Jay
Boston,
for a
actually.
while.
Heavens.
Oh no, to Boston. That's right. No, he was on
Yep.
Houston with Witt,
Yeah.
and then he got shipped to Boston.
Heavens.
So if anyone would know, it's Witt, but I highly doubt that that's true. But I'm not one to start a witch hunt or anything.
No, Wit is Dick Shot confirmed.
Witt is Dick Shot.
They're brothers, which is the context for that. So, in the room, I do believe we have a fun conversation we can talk about. We have 2 draft picks in here and a person who didn't even see the draft. So, Dominus, I'm frantically on my end opening up the draft order. Dom, you went in the first pick of the second round, and Mudflaps, you were waiting a while.
Right. Honestly, I was kind of upset that I didn't go first round. I know that all of the projections had me going to the Diamondbacks, 3rd pick.
No, I had you going to the Devil Rays because they asked me to trade up for you.
Oh.
Yep. And then Mudflaps, you went in the 12th round.
Yeah, it was a late round. I have no idea where I was in the pick. All I know is I got a call up from Park, said, I'm on the Giants.
Was this in the expansion draft, or was this?
This was the expansion draft. He was one of the last picks of the game.
Damn, that's some value right there.
And as Park has said before, it's like the best pick he made.
Well, yeah, Ricketts, you're basically his MVP, are you not?
He's his all-star pick.
Yeah, I help him out. I'm a bench coach. There's better batters out there, but in the clubhouse, I make sure I keep everybody's spirits up and help make calls as to who we should pull out, who we should put in. Keep him updated. He's busy.
Of course. Which is...
You obviously have the best name in San Francisco, though.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta check this.
That one took me a while to pick out.
And no, the best name in San Francisco is not the player who wears 69, whose name I cannot say on a live podcast.
Who? Wait, which one is that? Hold on, legit. Just what position?
Look at the
He
roster
says he's not
and
going to
immediately
say
know
it.
who
and
it
No,
is.
no, no. What position? What position?
What, third base? Right, my friend?
Doggy style?
Oh, Supreme Mass Lord, dude. This is an 18+ podcast. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Oh, I know. It's just my meme that I always just don't say it.
You're gonna censor yourself? Okay.
Not Team Dick Majestic, he literally has asterisks on his jersey. On
So,
the score updates, anytime his name popped up, I'd always put asterisk.
oh yeah, they did that as a joke in the game we're playing against San Francisco right now. They put asterisks and then said, "Nah, we're just kidding," and then actually wrote his name.
Actually, Supreme Ass Lord is our only female player.
Really?
What?
I appreciate that. So I want to quickly just
She's a doll.
That makes it so much better.
Doesn't it? But I believe she's up right now against Rickett in our game against you, Preller. So we'll see how she does here.
What's the score on that one?
It is 0-0 right now. Tinsacum, I believe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
Yeah, it's Tensicum.
Tinsacum, yeah, he's given us a good deal to think about over there. So hopefully we can do something with it.
Is Peter pitching for y'all, or is it Streaker?
Sorry about that.
We have Peter starting. This is divisional, so I'm sure AJ can.
Yep.
Somebody that we can rely on up there, and hopefully he's giving you guys.
We'll crack him. Don't worry.
Hey,
It's only a matter of time.
this is true. In fact, a lot of the big pitchers are getting cracked right now.
Mhm.
Zone, Vader.
More people didn't even have to throw a pitch to get cracked.
Oh yeah. However, I'd like to give a shout out to Wendell, who I know has had some life stuff that has become important, but has finally, after 6 ABs, managed to get a hit
Woo! Good job.
off of your pitcher that was trying to shut everybody down. I believe we are waiting for something. We are waiting for a result.
Yeah, Ass Lord, I believe, has swung, and we're waiting for a result on that one.
Yeah, great job, team.
Oh, don't even get me started about the umps.
like,
Ooh.
like y'all, making an team is supposed to make it faster.
I mean, ours have been going, as far as I'm concerned, pretty fast.
When did this game start? It's the second inning now. We're on a good pace, I guess.
There's some that are really starting slow,
Yeah, we're going slow, but it isn't really our fault or anybody's fault other than just kind of nature. Like, I know Long Shot's up the bat right now, but he's at work, so
Right.
little things like that. Somebody's at school, somebody's at work. That's what's kind of bogging our game down. Even though Charlie is kind of managing Woe Jess on his own for this session because Cashier's off at spring training.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cashier went to spring training.
So
Wait, what do you mean went to spring training?
He went to
yeah,
spring
he's
training.
down in Arizona. We took the session off.
Oh, he went to spring training and took the session off so that way he could watch spring training.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant he was, like, participating. I was like, whew.
Yeah, dude, he was a non-roster invite. Didn't you know?
Yeah. He's for the Angels. Him and Shohei Ohtani are competing for that fifth rotation spot. Both NRIs.
They're not competing for the 5th rotation slot. And Angels have a terrible rotation.
Nah, man, we know JT Ramirez has that 4th spot locked up.
Good lord. Dude, when the Padres are making fun of your rotation, you know you've got issues. But yeah, Mudflaps, I wish I could tell you that result, but Lim's the only pitcher that doesn't tell me his pitches.
no, that's good. I don't know what Magic Peter's doing over there. We just let him do what he does, I think that's all for the best.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're talking about the West Coast, can we bring up the Mariners since we brought them up earlier? Like,
Who?
I feel that and make a case. Nobody's talking about them. They're what 4-1 right now? Is that right? Or 3-2.
Hold on.
They're tied for the lead in the ALS. They're probably going to beat Tampa Bay. Sorry, Dom.
Oh,
And-
okay. Let's stop.
Here comes the fight.
First of all,
Something umpires.
Something umpires.
I'm just going to relay what
Ouch.
happened to everybody. So we're being umped by one of the ump teams. Umpire Frank Drebin. Actually, who's running that? I just sent in my swing, which for which I'll just tell you guys it was 420 because I don't give a shit.
Who runs Drebin? Is that Meerkat and somebody else?
Yeah, the Mariners are 3-2.
Isn't that Pops?
It could be. Let me just check. We have it on the schedule.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, the schedule is actually color coded. They are playing at Seattle at Tampa. It's Tim and Snicklefritz.
So that's Meerkat,
Okay, I
right?
tagged.
Yeah, that's Meerkat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Meerkat, by the way, for being Meerkat.
Yeah, he has WAR now. The MLR has WAR.
MWAR, yep.
I can't remember who was the most valuable player. Mudflap, do you know?
It's like
Anybody else?
Dan.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. Mere stats was what it was called. I don't think it's pinned anywhere, so I'd have to find it. Yep. Welcome to this. Where's my graphic that I said I was going to make last time? Where it was the where I had basically gone, well, what do we need? We need a graphic for every time I on camera Google something.
Wait, can I tell what happened in the Braves game?
Yeah, keep going, Dom.
God damn it. So we're being umped by one of the ump teams, and what happened? I guess whoever's pitching for the Mariners sent in a list of pitches, and the ump team got the pitches or skipped one of the pitches,
Ooh.
and so they went 3 or 4 pitches that way, and we got 2 outs, and we had a man on second, I think, or something, and then they figured it out, and they went back and they looked at what would have happened if we had swung with the pitches that he had actually thrown, and we would be winning 7-5 with no outs and a man on one of the bases. And so,
Wow.
I mean, we just had the same smaller issue on the Giants game where one of the umpire crew, as they worded it to me, used a San Francisco pitch on a San Francisco batter.
what was the result, though?
The result was a walk, but he figured it out before anything else because the other one went, no, actually, it's a strikeout or it's a line out or something instead of a walk. Hold on.
Which team is that? Is that Witt and Wilbur?
Yeah, that's Whit and Wilbur. Where was it? Yeah, it was the walk that was actually a 222 pitch, which was a flyout to Nip Monster. And my favorite was looking at the replay of it, which was they were saying that I yelled at the fact that those were pitches and that they swung the bat.
But back to the Mariners, though. Like, even though there's a debate the ethics of how they're going to win this game, they're probably going to be 4-2 after this one. And look at the statistics. Look at the individual statistics they have.
We don't look at
Rex
stats
Tedeschi, who
here.
has not even been brought up in the MVP conversation all this year.
Who?
Second in the league in batting average. Third in the league in on-base percentage.
Batting
Fourth in
average
the league
doesn't
in
matter.
Yeah,
Those stats are
Well,
rigged.
He's got to be up there in mere stats. Somebody look and see what he is in WAR.
Aren't you on the Red Sox?
I am on the Red
Why
Sox.
do you give a shit about the Mariners?
Why do you care about any other team? Why are we having this podcast right now?
Well, there's a real story and there's a story I tell, but the story I tell is that legitimately it was because I knew I could do better takes than like a few other people. I don't think I can outdo other podcasts that are already around. Pi said he talked shit on his. Pi can get bent though.
Pi can get bent.
Did he say shit about me on his podcast? Because I didn't actually listen. I don't actually listen.
I listened to like half of it. I didn't hear your name.
No, I
Cal
did.
Tiberius did something really dumb. Oh wait, David.
He was a little
Yeah.
flippant, but I think it was just a passing message. I think he does that with all other podcasts.
Yeah, well that's just because he's a bit nervous that we're gonna pass him up.
Which we are.
he did shill in the middle of the podcast. Pops did shill Fake Majestic. So I was pretty happy about that. He stopped the podcast to do an ad for Fake Majestic.
When are you gonna get to San Francisco?
Mexico's done.
like,
Everybody except
my
for 5
gosh.
teams are left.
Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. That's
nope, you're in the studio. You can't leave.
no. Not even. Okay, I'll check it out.
I need to just open and close the door.
We'll have to upload. I believe it is St. Louis, Texas, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Washington.
So,
Everybody else
You
is
should have
up.
done us first. We were the team that got you in the first place, you know?
so
Yeah.
Kyle, I must know. What was your reaction yesterday when I told you that I still have the real Padres numbers retired?
I was kind of shocked considering nobody else in the league is actually adhering to real life. Considering
However,
how many players in the league wear 42? I mean, Smudge wears it. Mash was wearing it before he got traded. I mean, 42 just kind of is ignored.
yeah,
I
the
guess.
42 is ignored by me too. I don't care about that one. The other ones though, those are all covered. Because it would
I
be
don't know. Just kind of surprised if we're gonna, not uphold 42. Are we gonna uphold anything else from real life? Since fake baseball takes precedence here.
well, in this case it's because I think that somebody wearing 19 would be sacrilegious. Sorry. I am an actual Padres fan. I was going to adhere to it. But yeah, so we don't have to get on that.
Yeah. But if somebody wants to roll into Boston wear 34, by all means, go for it.
Shout out to Matt Verdon, who's the Expos left fielder with the Texas flag as his avatar.
Oh, yeah, there was some stuff happening in the game discussion. I didn't actually read it.
Dude, does anybody actually read game discussion?
I do, and I saw Fly Spaceman talking in there for the first time since I've joined.
Oh yeah, Spaceman's a thing.
I have never heard him speak before.
Yeah, you want to know something even funnier? Since I still have the draft page open, yeah, Fly Spaceman went in the third round.
I mean, it's because he's got a great name. Come on, that's fantastic.
Fly Spaceman. Yeah, he went in the third round. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time he had talked. I just looked up his name. He had talked in the main Discord since last Tuesday, and before that, since Christmas.
So, what did everybody here think of the time where suddenly Juan became the GM of the Blue Jays for 15
wasn't there
minutes?
for that, so I
You
can't talk
missed it? I don't think anybody else here was there for that either.
Okay, I had this explained to me, but I wasn't 100% certain. So they were playing. What game were they playing?
I think it was like Mafia or something.
Yeah, some sort of mafia, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, wait,
like,
was it-
that's part of
wait.
a meme.
Was it on the gaming realm? Because I can tell you what game it was.
Probably. It was. I think it was
Probably.
Mafia.
It's
No,
a
no,
free
no.
card
It
game.
was- no, no.
To you.
I'm pretty sure it was in game discussion, but they deleted all the messages afterwards, but left up a couple to make it seem like Dom and Mattis had both been banned. But they never did anything to Mattis. But they removed
Oh, they did.
Dom, or not Dom, Juan's, whatchamacallit, his Tampa Bay role.
And they made him the
And
GM of the
just a
Blue
fan
Jays,
Right, and then they made him GM of the Blue Jays.
which I found hilarious
Yes.
because people were making trades with the Blue Jays through Juan.
Wait, I'm curious, did anybody go and ask for Lane? And I'm curious what the asking price was.
I believe that somebody sent Darth Vader for Lane. I think it was, which I feel is
I would take
one-sided.
that.
I would take that too.
I feel like you could do a little better. Maybe you should consider asking for a prospect or something.
Prospect. Who the fuck?
Does anybody
How
get
did the
that?
Pirates have? I mean,
No, hold on.
Pirates?
Hold
They
on.
got it.
Did anybody get that joke? Mudflaps? No?
I'm out of the loop on this one, guys.
That's OTP. Whenever you try and make a trade, 90% of the time you get your friendly... Somebody will get this joke later on, I promise. Somebody will get it when they would listen to this podcast.
If I would probably ask for Darth Vader and then Bartholomew Crumblepuff, because that is the best name on the page.
Yeah, but then you're asking for
just
two
do their
pitchers.
entire rotation, why don't
Yeah, that's just their rotation.
I know.
Well, they have Dick Shot now.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that. Can we talk about that trade?
No, we're not going to talk about that
Really
trade.
like that trade.
That's,
That was a good
that
trade.
surprised me.
No, because
That
there's
was a
mad
good
salt
trade.
over here about that trade. There's mad salt.
Pick up Dick Shot, that's a good trade.
If you're the Twins, that's a great trade. You had Hopkins, you had D'Amico. It's fantastic.
Oh right, yeah. Do we want to talk about
Infield help.
the Morello trade?
Which one?
The first one was my favorite thing in the world.
Now, who did he go to first?
He went to
Go
the
to
Tigers with their absentee GM.
Yeah. I have that trade here if you guys want to see it. It was Morello and I believe
Packerjacker, yeah.
Yeah, they went to Detroit, and in return, Brohe Brotani and KC9 went to Cleveland.
Which is a decent trade for Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a good. Okay, at this point, they talked about this on Fireside Chat. Zoom has to be assuming, or sorry, not Zoom, the whatever the non-named Tiger GM is. He has to be assuming that Morello is going to come over willingly and be active. He's not assuming that Morello is going to spark with antics right after the trade.
I got news for you. Zoom figured that would happen.
From the get-go?
It was kind of implied he was going to figure something was going to happen. Maybe
Why on God's green earth did he do the trade?
because he already was planning on sending him to the Rangers.
Oh, okay.
That was going to happen. That was a three-way trade, but it was funnier to let it sit for half an hour.
Okay, so this was a plan. Okay.
Not a plan that us GMs knew. We thought he was just staying in Detroit.
Yeah.
Because
Keep secrets from you GMs. I'm sure none of you knew Stiefel was getting traded until like the day before Session 6.
Mortz, no, I knew about that.
Oh, you did? Wait, really?
Yep. Because
Like, Jay and a bunch of other people knew nothing about that.
so the reason I knew about the Mortz trade was because Dom was using me as the look, he's going to the Padres thing. And then he changed it up and sent Voorhees to the Red Sox. So which I figured, well, he's got to get something good out of this, and I figured it would be Mortz.
We won the trade, so that's all that matters.
You can't prove that.
Voorhees has not gotten out in this game.
How many times has he swung the bat?
That doesn't matter.
Has he even swung the bat?
He has in fact swung the bat, or kind of stood at the plate.
You gotta walk.
But
You schmuck, that's not how batting average works.
he's hitting 500. That is the second best batting average on this team. Second to yours truly.
How many games have you played?
3.
How many games has he played?
Yeah, this is my fourth. This is my third game. This is my fourth game.
We've dealt with you for 4 sessions? Jesus.
Yep.
Mudflaps, how'd you find this place? I'm curious.
I have a friend on the Twins, and he hit me up on Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like fun.
Found you on Facebook?
Yep.
Nice. I remember when I
Dom.
think Dom was muted, but he might be there.
No, I'm back.
Good. How'd you find this place?
The Arsenal baseball advertisement.
Oh yeah. Right, we did find it there. I was actually I found it on the original r/baseball advertisement for session 1. I joined and then never did anything. And then realized I had my Discord account and it was a reporter account and it was still sitting in the GM lounge. So I could see. I started being a reporter again, and I was also a player. And then,
Oh.
yep, I was a player. I never swung the bat.
Yeah, you guys may want to sit down for my story on how I found this league, because it's going to take a bit.
If you said you found it on Twitter, I'm kicking you out.
No, it's hilarious. So, okay, I was part of another league called the NCBCA. It was a college basketball Zen GM league. I don't feel like explaining what Zen GM is right now. If you want, Google's a thing. You can figure it out.
Kyle's going Terminator.
College basketball sim league. And one of the guys in the league that was memed to death to the point where he almost felt bullied in some ways and kind of laughed was a guy named Brent Royal, who's currently on the Cardinals, was in the Red Sox.
Oh, we love Brent here.
Yeah, somebody in the NCBCA Discord found some meme post that he had put on, I think it was r/Legos, talking about how he wanted to get back into Legos and if there's any cheap brick sets or something. And that memed. So I was wondering what his post history actually looked like since leaving the NCBCA, so I was just digging through it. But all of a sudden I saw his comment history was a bunch of numbers on what looked like r/baseball game threads, and I got really confused. So I clicked on it, and here we are.
Nice. So, long story short, Kyle, you got me the only female player on my team. Do you know how?
How?
Fake racing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Kaylee Stewart.
Yep.
That's correct.
Kaylee Stewart, supposed, I mean, I don't want to say supposed, but they said they are, wife of Sam Boutwell.
She is. Yeah, Sam Boutwell, who is, I know him from not only Fake Racing, but another league, NASCAR RPG, which him and Kaylee both run together as a couple.
Right, yeah, they do that.
Oh, that's cute.
So, for all of you people that started just hitting on her the second she entered game discussion, I want you to all feel really bad.
Yes.
There were people who started hitting on her?
Oh, it was terrible. Well, again, like with the Dilly Dilly guy, it's why you don't join the fake baseball Discord past like 9 p.m. Just don't, because everybody's going off the rails.
That Frankston Atra guy joined on, 11 p.m. the other night?
Who?
He joined and was talking to Bree talking about Big Brother. A
What?
lot. Yeah. This was about maybe a week ago or so.
Oh, okay, well, whatever.
Cleveland snapped him up.
I've only got so much tolerance for reading through chats on the Discord.
Fair enough, but he is a fantastic name, I must say.
Oh, he had some good names. We've referenced names before. Funnily enough, Master Cashier is online right now, so who knows? So, did we actually talk about the Mariners? Like, did we actually talk
We're
about...
never going to finish it because I got interrupted as soon as I brought up Rex Godovi, and I was told batting average sucks and yada yada. But I was going to finish it by saying their pitching staff is actually probably their most impressive thing because you have Artie Ziff, who leads the league in strikeouts per 6 innings.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have Frankie Sticky Fingers, who is third in the league in strikeouts per 6 innings.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then, obviously, Ziff had an 8 strikeout game. Sticky Fingers also had an 8 strikeout game. But the third pitcher on that team, Jarris Walker, in his only game, I believe he had a complete game shutout. That was against Boston, and he was named player of the game and won player of the session.
Yeah, it's one of those things where people don't fully pay attention to some of those votes.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
mean, he pretty much, whoever has game score and can calculate that, I'm pretty sure he had the best game score of the AL pitchers that game. That was session 4, right?
yeah, but pitchers are underrated, right, guys? Fucking
Oh,
Pitchers, more like belly itchers.
pitchers, you know, like the people that get 3 or 4 player of the session or like player of the game nominees. Holy shit, Arizona has 13 home runs? What?
The
I'm confused.
Rays, I don't have any, but the Devil Rays have
10, tied with us.
yes.
And then Arizona has 13. Or 5, never mind. They have 5, sorry. I read their runs. So it looks like the Rays, the Devil Rays, that is, and the Padres are tied for first with team home runs at 10.
Wait, are we the worst, or is it Colorado?
How many do you have? You have 2. Colorado has 2.
Hey, we just got our third this game. Rusty Shackelford hit another.
Oakland has 2. We don't count stats until after the game.
Uh-huh.
So for now,
Okay, so,
you suck.
wait, so the two home runs would have been the McBaseball face walk-off home run from the...
It doesn't count because he's not
right?
Doesn't
Wait,
count.
what is that?
Doesn't count because he's not on your team anymore.
Wait, it only counts active home runs for your team?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't care how the stats work.
Okay.
That's
I don't know.
supremely not my
I don't know what
job.
the first one was. So I know the second one was the go-ahead Shackelford home run and the 1-0 no-hitter.
Nice.
Pretty sure that was like one of 3 hits we had all game.
I can confirm after looking, it is Voorhees brought one home run to you guys, and Shackelford has the other home run.
Yeah, and then Shackelford just got a second one in the first inning.
But
Actually,
yeah.
the first at-bat.
As a comment to your remark about how the Mariners have so many good strikeouts, that means the Mariners are fascist, because strikeouts are fascist. Just saying here, guys. Like, you
That's
can't...
one way to look at it.
Strikeouts are fascist, and if nobody in here gets what that is talking about, look it up. You are too young, apparently.
I'm probably too young.
I agree.
Okay,
See the reference.
you're missing the reference, Mudflaps?
Strikeouts are here. We go.
Strikeouts are fascist.
What are you, KKK?
No.
The '90s, or the 80s.
That's the Bulls. You guys are gonna get heckled for that.
I don't care.
One of the best baseball movies of all time.
Discussion.
Oh
Add
God.
that to the list.
Okay, I'm not doing that. That's dumb.
Oh no, you think you get out of this now?
Hey, I have a question for y'all, or Mudflap, or whoever's looking at the scores. What's the Rocky score at the moment?
The Rockies score is 1-2. Washington. They just somebody home runned off of Murphy.
Oh, Murphy's pitching, not Evans.
Why would Evans be pitching?
Murphy's pitching for Colorado right now.
Okay. Because Garrett Evans, I don't understand this guy, honestly, at all. He's second in the league in strikeouts.
Yeah.
He is probably one of the best strikeout pitchers in all of MLR right now, and yet he has one of the highest ERAs. I'm pretty sure. Like,
Yep.
next to, I believe Einhorn. I'm pretty sure the highest ERA in the league. Somebody can check that.
He has
Give it
pretty
5
high
runs.
ERA. He has a pretty high ERA, yeah.
Yeah.
Preller, why did you just put that in the chat?
To sell you out.
Fuck.
Aren't you a little young to be using that word, young man?
Shut up, Dad.
I am a dad. I'm a Padre. Got there.
Hey.
Got there.
Ooh, nice one.
And that's it, folks. That's the peak podcast. So bye now. No.
I think.
You do?
Kyle's
Did it
younger
hurt?
than me. Aren't you younger than me, Kyle?
17, so maybe.
Nope.
Senior or junior?
Senior.
Yeah, see.
Right.
Oh, no, you're older than me.
Wrecked. Wrecked.
Got him.
Got him. I don't know how old Mudflaps is.
I'm probably the oldest guy in the league. I'll leave it at that.
No, you're.
Wits, Mick is 34 or something.
And then, no, there was a dude who came on the other day who was like 40 something.
I got him beat.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Damn.
That is the truth. I'll leave it at that.
Hey. So, Mudflaps is 305 years old.
Congratulations. I'm pretty sure Spaghetti Hitchens still has you beat, though.
Spaghetti.
No, Spaghetti Hitchens is 20 something.
Oh, really?
I extended an invite.
Liar.
Spaghetti said he was busy today.
I do love his swing narrations, though. All of them. Especially the one in Session 4. Those were glorious.
Oh boy, Dom. Juan's about to put you on blast. Freaking Juan is the only person that, like, everybody can't talk shit to, because otherwise Juan will just sit there and just
Oh, wait, he's
destroy.
not talking shit about me. Talking about the Rangers.
That's fair.
Talk about the Rangers. Or wait, you go ahead.
Am I correct that Gerzone and Vader had back-to-back home runs hit against them in this session?
I think.
You think I look at other teams' game threads?
Wait,
I know.
Is this the first home run Gerzone has ever had hit against him?
Isn't it Gerzone?
Gerzone.
Dan Gerzone?
It's hard G. It's hard.
It's not hard G.
No,
Oh my God.
we've debated this left and right. It's a hard G for subtlety reasons.
Hang on a
So that
second.
way, it's not a dead giveaway about.
He'll tell you it's a soft G.
They said on Make a Case it's a hard G.
Well, I use the hard G. I use the Gerzone, but he'll tell you it's a Gerzone.
Oh, you're tapping.
That's no fun.
Oh.
Oh boy, that's his word. Come on, man. Cricket is. Nobody freaking references
He's
that.
typing.
This is
Yeah,
Well,
he'll tell you it's soft.
there you go, Jay.
I knew it.
He says like most GR, I mean you have German and
What do you think will happen first? I want your honest opinion. We stop talking about Dan Gerzone, or B, the Milwaukee Brewers actually sign another pitcher.
I don't know. I think they'll keep. I think Dan's got a personal mission to go 100 innings this year.
Can you do that in 18 sessions?
I think we established he could.
What's he at right now? He's at 23.
He's at 23, and we're like only 5 sessions in, 6 sessions in.
Yeah, so,
You just have to get a couple more extra inning games
yeah.
and never get pulled. And if they make it to the playoffs, they'll make 100 innings.
Are they leading the division
95
right now?
batters faced.
What'd you say, Mudflap?
I have him at 95 batters faced.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a stat? No, that's not on the sheet.
It would
That
kind
should
of
be
be.
on the advanced stat.
It's on the current top
Okay.
10 DBF thing, if he's top DBF, which I think he is.
Top, no, top DBF is actually Ryan Gastein in
Yes, with 52 batters faced.
52 batters faced. But yeah, as far as
Shitty Vangs.
Gerzone, I'm going to keep saying Gerzone, but he's got 95. Yeah, I would put.
Yeah.
He's going to be up there, continually be up there in the top 10.
Do we think he's gonna win the Cy Hat Award?
No.
He's got a good chance.
He's got a good chance, but I think Ryan
Nomination
Gaston.
that Preller, here, I have a sleeper nomination that Preller's going to be salivating at. Kyle Grimes Jr.
Did you look at his last game's line score?
Listen, .86 ERA, .71 WHIP. I mean, come on, you can't get much better than that.
Did they put his last game in? Yeah, look at his ERA again, then come back to me about that. Because he got
What is it
blown.
right now?
He's 3.4. He got blown up last game.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I got him at 252 DBF. Yeah, I know that's not as an important stat, but I think it should be considered with the other ones.
Legit.
What's his WDC, since that's the be-all and all stat?
What? His what?
Weighted
Discord contribution?
A new advanced stat that Jay dropped.
That Jay refuses to put the GMs on there because it would put my team at like the top. Because literally it's me and whenever I can drag like Cannonball into general.
I'm pretty sure that that stat, like Osmosis is leading by, I don't even think it's close. I think he has like an 89 something.
He has like an
And then the
80
next
something.
one-
It's me.
Yeah, the next one, it goes all the way down to Lane Drew at like 30 something. And
Yeah.
then I'm pretty sure the next one is like Chipper Dipper at 21.
However, if you count me, I think I'm at like 40 something.
Wait, what's mine again?
I don't give a shit.
Yours is above mine. I know I'm fifth in the AL.
Well-
I'm not certain.
Well, Kyle, it's because you stopped doing all of your game day updates, which people didn't realize they liked until you stopped doing them.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad they got Stockholm syndrome.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's basically how Wit keeps his players around.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a voice crack for
The ages, basically.
the ages. I just want to announce on this podcast that
Cut
I just
it.
hit my
Cut it. We're cutting it right here. Goodbye. Good night, everybody. Kidding.
I just want to announce that two things. Number one, Rick Gymnast is in fact online right now as of redacted time on the night of the filming. And second, I
the
just
video.
hit triple.
The video's going up tonight, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Rigged.
First triple of the year.
Rigged.
Yeah,
Rigged.
my third
Rigged.
hit of the year.
Rigged. Rigged. Triples are hard, by the way. Like, super difficult in this league.
I know.
Because, like,
Anyone want to take a stab at the two players that have multiple triples this year without looking at the sheet?
Oh, I just ran across that and I can't remember.
oh,
I honestly, I'm surprised.
I could make one.
I've never name him.
It's Riles.
Yep, Riles McGiles.
And I don't fucking know.
The other one is Morris Durant for Detroit.
Who? Like,
Exactly.
sorry, dude, if you're actually pretty neat, but I don't know who you are.
But if you look at the ones, like everybody seems pretty relevant. Like you have Ripley, Hopkins, Timmons. You know, now you have Dominus in there.
The only thing I should be on the top of the list for is strikeouts.
Yeah,
Are you
probably.
on the top of that list? No, it's James Earl Pones right now.
Yeah, James.
I'm close to the top.
Van Vector's
Well,
getting
most
late.
people have 5. Pones has 5, and Vector, Trapper.
Van Vector, come on, man. Don't start this.
Apparently, he's really funny, but I've never heard him talk.
Van
Well,
Vector?
yeah, he's apparently not talking in game discussion until he gets out of his cold spell. Or that's the rumor going around.
Yeah, with my apologies to Rick, because he's, like, one of the few not involved. Yeah, most of the athletics can get bent.
Oh, wait, I have breaking breaking news
Oh,
on the Athletics.
fun.
Their
What?
second pitcher that has 0 innings up until this game is starting this game.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
good
they
for
have a
him.
second pitcher, Schwizzle, is starting this game.
Oh, yeah.
So they're playing six-dimensional underwater
Backwards chess.
chess, right?
Yes.
Don't worry. They will kill all of us sooner than later.
What are they playing again?
It's already 0-1 Toronto on that game.
Oh, right, they're playing the Blue Jays.
Oof, yeah. Blue Jays should easily take back the AL East this game. Correct?
Yeah, but you say should like it's a guarantee.
I mean, it's a guarantee the Devil Rays aren't winning. So.
Dude, it's 7-4 now. We've got
Wait, is it
momentum.
really?
Yeah, I just hit a
man.
triple.
Is McToad still pitching, or did you pull him?
We're gonna keep McToad in because he's just shaking off the first game jitters, you know.
That's very ballsy.
Fair enough.
I mean,
What's the worst that could happen?
No, I that's kudos to you for doing that.
I mean, I love Donked. I've talked to him a bunch, but you can't get much worse than 7 runs off 9 hits in the first.
yes, you
That's
can.
why
Yes, you
Wilson gave
can.
up 8 runs against Seattle in his first game.
We lit the shit Bartholomew Crumble Puff that one time.
Well, in the Boston-Houston game right now, we got 2 newbies starting, Mador and Anderson, and Houston already pulled Anderson up.
Oof.
I think it was
Yep.
the homer.
Yeah, that was Wilbur getting mad at Peppers because what had happened was Wilbur told Peppers that Copper was going to get the start. So then Peppers made his lineup based on Copper's specialties. So then out of left field, he opens up the game thread and sees Anderson starting. So then Wojest, or Charlie, let Peppers change his lineup. So originally, I was going to be on the bench because I'm not going to be good against, Copper's a strikeout lefty, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I, obviously, as a power righty, am terrible against that. But then we have Anderson, who is, I think, a neutral righty or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he is. But, so he benched Palenko and put me in right field. And after 1 inning, and after I grounded out against Anderson, he pulls Anderson and puts in Copper.
Which completely means that he has to waste all of his bench bets.
Which I believe, did it Montreal do the exact same thing with, they started May Moon and then pulled him after like 2 hitters?
That's true.
That's because he went inactive.
No. Maymoon didn't even. I think he walked. Didn't he walk?
I thought May Moon did show up.
No. They pulled him and brought in. They bring.
Tiberius.
Yeah, they brought in Tiberius. That's correct.
Yeah, what you guys missed, and some guys missed, was the fact that my team still has yet to get an auto-K. And I had to protect that yesterday by hooking a debuting batter and putting in a worse batter for the situation.
Oh, you brought in Kaylee Stewart, right?
Yeah, instead of Joshua, because Joshua was going to miss it.
We were counting that down.
We knew.
If it was going to go, but
It wasn't.
you made the right move.
It didn't. And then Josh messaged me 6 a.m. the next morning and was like, "Oh, where should I swing?" And I went, "Well, the bench, honestly, right now, because I already pulled you." He was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah." So that happened. But yeah, welcome to Preller Gets Worried About Things.
That was literally me.
That's the only way to play.
Literally me in session 4 when half our lineup was alt, and we didn't have a GM.
Speaking of alts,
Oh
I want
boy.
to talk about how. I want to talk about how there is a mole that is still in the fake baseball Discord that is probably going to be listening to this podcast.
What? What are you...
Was no one else here for this? So earlier today, it was found out that Lindros created the fake the original fake Red Sox account, or no, Peppers created the original fake Red Sox account.
But Lindros had the password.
All the social media stuff is done by Peppers. Even the Discord is made by Peppers.
Right. And so he had given that information to Lindros before it all went down, and then when it happened, he changed the password before Peppers could
Get in.
get into it. And so
Lindros just started tweeting shit.
Lindros is still tweeting shit from that account.
Nice.
Oh my
And
God.
it's stuff that would only be found out if they were still in the Discord. So he has alts in here, which just makes me think, why? Like, what kind of person has that will to, like, do that? Like, I understand that if you want to have one fake baseball account, but if you had 5 and then you get banned and you decide to make new ones to get, he's probably got more than one alt in here. That's
Oh, he probably
boggles
didn't
your
do one. He
mind.
probably just still had them.
Oh my god, Dom, you're gonna cause panic. We keep trying to get away from this.
I know, but it's an issue. It's an issue that
Oh god, they're gonna yell at me.
you'll be fine. I think. That's just a thing. That's news. That's a thing that happened. I mean,
It's good to be aware of it.
yeah.
As I explained to Tim, and yes, I know I'm leaving this in the podcast. I'm doing it anyways. We are essentially Diamond City from Fallout 4. Because we know that there could be the synths among us, but we don't know who they could be. And so we panic immediately and turn on somebody. Constantly.
I believe the real sense is Arnie Pie, the
Yeah.
Devil Rays reporter. And
He's
he should be banned.
Don't we actually know who that is, Dom?
who do you think that is?
I think I know who that is. I think they had
Who
to
do you
tell
think?
us.
Who?
No!
No, I can tell you who it is.
We're on the
It's not a big
podcast,
secret.
Dom. Put it in chat.
I'll put it in chat.
The Deca Things chat, too.
Mudflap is typing. Oh boy,
Goodbye.
he's gonna.
Mudflaps will be back. Just say yes or no.
No.
Wait, no.
Fuck,
No. Wait, isn't it? It's the other one that sounds like his name, though.
No, that's.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Well,
Sorry, viewers. There are some things that we're not allowed to disclose, or rather, Dom.
there.
It's all of you people.
Shut up.
Yep, and guess what? I don't edit.
Even I still have the account information for Arnie Pie.
Shut up, Kyle.
I'm
So,
gonna go change it.
you've heard it here first. It's literally just Dom and Kyle.
No,
No, it's all of them.
it's the entirety of the Devil Rays.
I mean, I was trying to cover for you
Tweet,
guys.
you go tweet.
I was trying to cover for you guys.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
It's not a big
It's not a secret.
We
You
know
guys are
who
dicks.
we know who Mong's person is. Like, Mong's person is Andrew Ben Infinity or whatever.
I don't think we're supposed to be outing reporters on here.
No, we knew that one. He even added it himself, I'm pretty sure.
And
I
then,
think-
oh god, can we all just recall when Mongster added his quote-unquote mother?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
If anyone, just as a blanket statement for the podcast, if anyone tries, especially you, Mong, if you try and pull that shit again, I will call for your banning. I'll
So,
do anything in my power to make that happen.
shout out to everybody, but shout out to just Yolanda for being the one reporter that nobody actually can figure out.
Yeah.
Or at least, that the OOTC isn't telling.
Yeah, I was thinking of bugging them to figure out who it was, but then I'm like, nah. They thought it was me.
Interested in kissing Gare Doctor. That's all I care about.
Speaking of Yolanda. Oh, Gare won the Derby. You heard it here
Sure did
first.
win the Derby.
You heard it here first, folks.
No,
Shut up, Dom.
definitely not. But
Shut up, Dom. Jack
No,
up. No, that's not how that works.
Oh, wait.
they're both kings of the Derby.
And then when they get 8 Kings of the Derby, they'll have another one.
KOTD.
Yeah, once they get 8 Kings of the Derby, they'll do another one with all the Kings of the Derby.
Right. No, I thought that's what this one was.
No, they did.
Yeah.
But now they have 2 of them, so now they'll wait until they get 8 of them, doing the tournaments over and over again.
Oh, so it's gonna be
That's
like a-
not how this works. That's not how this works. It's just me making fun of it a little bit.
That'd
Sorry.
be cool. I'm actually gonna bring that up in the ump chat right now.
Oh, bullshit. I'm telling
Okay.
I'm telling Lane that's my idea.
I'm kidding.
He's not online. Shit.
Mudflap says that he knows Mong's mom.
Like IRL because we've heard Miss Nominus before.
Oh god. Nominus actually is what she prefers to go by.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nominus.
Oh right.
Yeah. Bad jokes from before. Hey, I wonder if Yolanda was in the stands. Well, Lane probably, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yolanda seems to be everywhere. By the way, Kyle.
Yep.
Do you have any comments about your GM getting in like a Twitter war with Yolanda?
I do not have a statement at this time. We will cooperate with any investigation. And
Wuss.
Investigation? What the fuck are you doing?
We're not investigating Peppers, to my knowledge. But the OTC doesn't tell me anything, so.
The OTC doesn't tell anybody anything. Unless you're the pseudo Boston GM, in which case they will tell you everything.
You're not
Which
the
I was
pseudo.
for all of like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was going to Peppers. We all knew that.
No, that is not all the truth. There was a chance that good old Dominus was going to be our GM.
No, we don't need to talk about that story. We don't need to talk about that story.
We won't. I've told it
We
in the
won't.
last podcast. Go listen to parts 1 and 2 of the podcast with Dougie and Gare if you want to hear about that.
Yeah, Dougie and Gare, both former members of the podcast, ended up being the ones that were the finalists for the Derby. And we're getting pretty close. Don't worry, Dom.
Dougie McElroy winning a home run derby just bothers me on so many levels.
Well, he didn't win, so.
Oh, he didn't win?
Why?
Oh, never mind.
Why does it bother you?
Oh, why does it bother me? I don't know. I just find it interesting. Good old pitcher Dougie McElroy.
Dude, like, I was in the Derby,
That's lefty. Like,
so I'm not sure what you're talking about. I was in the Derby.
Yeah, all 4 of us that were on the podcast that night were in the Derby.
wait, were y'all like, in the derby, like swinging, like ass?
No.
Like, if the
No.
podcast was going on?
You didn't listen to the best podcast?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Dude, listen to that when you're done. I think that's the best.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The best of any so far, honestly.
So does anybody here have some closing thoughts?
I think Mudflap might be MIA.
Mudflaps, can you
no,
read?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I was doing old man shit.
Here, I have a question for everybody. We had Trade Palooza at the end of the last session. What do you think was the best trade?
I think you overestimate how much the rest of us pay attention to trades.
Yeah, right? I mean, the only opinion I have is that I think the Indians are quite dumb for getting rid of their 3 most active people in Ethan
Hang on.
and Morello and Pack.
I'm now looking at the session 5 trades.
I have to say that Morello going to Texas is probably a boon for Texas. They're really doing really well with him there. He's really he seems to be exciting them up.
Yeah, they have 2 Discorders now. That's as many as Baltimore.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Baltimore is low-key, like, terrible at the Discord game, besides, Meerkat and Chipper Dipper whenever he's, like, alive.
I
Yeah.
think we only have like for San Francisco, we only have like myself. I'm kind of infrequent, and then Kimbrel seems to be up there quite a bit.
Yeah, Quint
Mark
gets angry.
Johnson,
Quint gets angry. And then
Quint's a good guy.
for the Padres, there's me.
And then for Boston, there's me.
No, Peppers talks.
Well, I mean, for GM, but, like, players.
And,
Voorhees.
yeah, oh yeah. How did that happen? Was he being
Trade?
shopped by Doc?
Yeah, he was being shocked
Yeah,
because
this-
Voorhees
this-
didn't
that
like where he
a
was.
completely open rumor.
Why?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm not going to do that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know the story, which is why I'm not telling it. Sorry. It's one of those things where if I didn't know, I would theorize for you, but I can't.
But you know, so.
Yeah.
But then he hit a walk-off grand... Was it a walk-off grand slam, or was it just a grand slam in session 5?
Yeah.
Didn't he hit a grand slam?
Oh.
I feel like he did. He hit a grand slam. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, haven't looked to the Diamondbacks game thread.
Okay.
I've got so many hours in the day.
Let's just say he hit a grand slam.
Sure.
Yeah. And Stiefel threw a no-hitter, so why not trade them after the peaks of their career?
Yeah, well, that's what happens. It's the trade deadline for you, except it's not even the trade deadline.
Nope.
Would that be fake baseball, fake news?
Sure.
Oh, speaking of fake baseball, I'm kidding.
God.
All right, closing statements.
Next time on Preller's Runner Going, find out if Preller ever actually will trade a player. The answer will surprise you. No. So,
Will Whit Bass ever trade a player?
answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am proof of that.
Right, but I don't think he'll trade anyone after what we've got right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, my excuse for being traded was, his reasoning on the MLR podcast was, how could you turn down a guy whose name is Baseball and McBaseball?
I mean, true.
Yeah. In which case, like, I was mad at him at first, but then when he explained that logic to me, I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a hard one to argue with.
Any closing thoughts, Kyle or Mudflap?
No, thank you for having me, AJ.
Of course.
Vote Kyle Grab Jr. for Syad.
Kyle's not winning that. Alright, we're out. I won't tell you when we ended. Okay.